Shaking my head. What's up, fellas? It's your boy Flawless, back into his house with another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. And we're back with the Wide Receiver Endorsement Show, the fourth edition, fourth and final edition. This is the fourth 12-piece of wide receivers that we're going to go over. We're going to discuss wide receivers 37 through 48 according to half point PPR, according to Fantasy Pros. But before we get into that, y'all heard about the whole Jonathan Taylor fiasco, obviously. I wasn't going to make a short about it. Because rumor is, actually, he requested a trade. Ownership and the management said, hey, look, go ahead, we'll give you permission to seek a trade. Supposedly Miami are the highest, most interested ones since they was in on the Dalvin Cook thing. You know, so that opens up the door for running back in Indianapolis. Or, because all of it can't go to the quarterback, right? So, I don't know what the deal is there. It's too late in the game, right? You know, we'll see. But I've been telling people to stay away from Jonathan Taylor for the longest. Told people to stay away from questionable running backs that are holding out, doing this and that. You know, the Raiders homeboy, he's about to come back. But it's not worth throwing away your first and second round for someone that's playing games. It's not to say they couldn't have a productive season, but does that mean a team is going to allow them to have a productive season is more of an issue to me. So, but we'll see what happens with that. We'll follow it and play it by ear. So, first, and as we can see here, these are the current placeholders, the ones that have places in the Flawless Fantasy Football Listening League, known as BD, Kanoa Bill, Ilfield, Joey T, Zach Seaman, John Scotty, Machiavelli, Shannon Harris, Chuck Miller, and yours truly. There are 2 more spots available. One will be relinquished in this video to the person that's a subscriber. Press like on the video. And the first one to put the correct answer in the comments. All right? We all know the rules here. So that's pretty much the deal. We're going to jump right into the content, man. Some of y'all got some low attention spans, but not y'all low, y'all super low ones. Not y'all. Some other ones that just come and like to watch the videos that don't press like. I'm talking to them. All right. First off, we're going to start with Jordan Addison. Now, I already spoke my piece on these rookie wide receivers. You know, certain ones, I feel that they're not, even though they were great college athletes, I don't think that they're going to have the ceiling that a lot of people think they're going to have because of the people that's there already, you know? And the thing with Addison, it's like, I believe he went, I don't want to say he went to the worst team, but as far as fantasy purpose for right now, he did. Because he's going over there with Justin Jefferson. See, people gotta understand, well, Justin Jefferson, but Justin Jefferson didn't go to a team with another Justin Jefferson that's demanding all these targets. So Justin Jefferson plus a tight end that was on pace last year that had over 100 targets, and we already know that I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm a KJ Osborne. I'm biased towards him. See, a lot of content creators. I'm gonna try not to digress. A lot of fantasy football content creators won't admit when they're biased to someone. I am biased towards KJ Osborne. I think he's a monster. I like him. So people come over him and they just start tugging on these rookies, it kind of, it don't like make me feel some type of way, but it made me feel some type of way because it's like you're telling people to pick a rookie when there's not really that much of a path for them to have success as if they don't have to pay their dues. All right? I'm not saying that his little car accident, car little deal when he ran for 140, that's going to hold him back. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to fight for targets, homeboy. And KJ ain't going to let your foot off his neck too easy if you ask me. So, but Jordan Addison, he can be an extremely gifted individual, which he is. But I'm gonna give him a yellow. I'm gonna be honest with you, I almost gave him a red. But I try not to be too nasty towards the, because at the end of the day, injury could happen and he might be able to get in and he might be able to shake a little something. But it's so many targets over there that's not going to go his way. Even before he even got drafted, and I was excited about KJ Osborne, I still was worried that, man, the tight end, wide receiver and the tight end is going to have so many targets, so he needed to be very efficient. Now look, for this rookie, so it's going to be tough. But I gave him a yellow because I know a lot of y'all like the freaking doggone, bust down on him, so I'll give you a yellow. But I'm be honest with you, I wouldn't pick him nowhere, okay? I see it being closer to a red, to be honest with you, as far as fantasy production on the norm. And as far as these guys, again, it's all about, this is wide receiver fours. Like I said, 37 through 48. I'm judging them in these designations, the green, yellow, and red, I didn't talk about that, as about with their ability to basically be a wide receiver 3, to be able to land in between wide receiver 25 and 36 or higher. They can go higher, fine, but I'm judging it off, could they land in the next level? Because you can pick him here at 37, but if he finished 37, you're going to be highly disappointed, right? So some of these guys are going to earn this red, but if there's a land where you're youthful and the opportunity breaks, you might be able to shake a little something. For the people that are new, what I do here, I'll give a green, yellow, and red designation. The green designation means I give it a full go. I give it a full freaking go, 100% far as a recommendation from Flawless Fantasy Football, from yours truly, as if I would draft him with confidence, even in my own leagues, okay? And yellow means it's like a 50-50. It means caution. That means I can see worlds where this person goes to the moon, and there are worlds where this person can completely plummet and be a freaking disaster of draft selection. So that's what the yellow means. And red, obviously, just like stop signs, green, yellow, red. Red means no. I don't endorse whatsoever. Proceed at your own risk, but I do not endorse it at all. We all know, like, I'm anti. Well, that I'm a Tyler Algier truther, but I didn't give Bijan a red. You see what I'm saying? So you got to have a little bit of, decency about it, and I believe I do, okay? So let's move forward. Addison gets a yellow. Gabe Davis. Oh, man, he's my sweetheart for last year. Oh, man, some of you guys that are here or remember or saw the video, they played in that one game week 1. Yeah, I think it was week 1, and he caught a touchdown, and I was balling and stuff like that. I put up a YouTube short. I was hyped, man. He scored that touchdown. But the problem was he was too inconsistent last year, and but I believe with another year up under Josh, I believe he'll be a little bit more consistent. And plus, it seems like Diggs got some issues over there when he's acting like he don't want to be there. He feel like he's not appreciated or whatever. Whatever his problem is, he ain't going nowhere. Diggs ain't going no freaking well. So I don't know what that's all about. But at the end of the day, I believe Gabe Davis has a place in this fantasy world, especially being attached to Josh. With another year up under his belt, they did well in the preseason game. This past preseason, had a couple catches for 30-some yards, something along those lines. Gabe Davis gets a yellow from me. I like Gabe Davis. I'm not going to sit up and be like, oh, get him a green and all this type of stuff. No, I can see a world where he could do like he did last year, be shoddy and up and down, or he could bounce up and he could be a low end like a wide receiver 2. And if that's the case, and he getting picked at the wide receiver 38 and half-point PPR, you got to be pretty happy, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Now, that don't mean draft these players high. That just means based around where their ADP is going, average ADP is going for us, them being able to outproduce it. I believe Gabe Davis will outproduce this half-point PPR wide receiver number 38. Gabe Davis, a yellow, like I said. Next up is Mr. Njigba for Seattle, the rookie. I'm going to give him a yellow, all right? Now, again, I believe it's closer to a red, but I'm going to give him a yellow just in case something break the wrong way, injury or something, because I don't really see him being a fantasy asset unless an injury happens to Tyler Lockett or DK Metcalf. Because with those two there and with the team, being up under Pete Carroll and liking to run, the third wide receiver ain't going to get much juice like that. That's just how I feel, So he could be a great talent and everything, but I'd rather not hold him, because wide receivers don't get hurt as often as running backs, right? So I'd rather not hold him. And go try to get a running back that can be a league winner by someone like him. Because let's say even if something does happen to Lockett or DK, do you really see him being a league winner? I don't. You know what I'm saying? I just see it going more to the starting wide receiver, tongue twister, on the other side. So, and Jigman's going to get a yellow from me, but I believe it's closer to a red. I'm going to be honest with you, but he's going to get a yellow. I'll try not to be too hard on these rookies, but give you a little bit of substance to it too, and let you know it's like a little bit closer this way, a little bit closer to that way. Next up is Brandon Cooks. All right, not going to spend too much time on this. Brandon Cooks washed, not a fantasy asset, does not need to be on nobody's fantasy rosters. All right, simple and plain. I don't want to hear it. The dude's washed, he's old. What do you expect he's going to do for you? No, shoot for other upside, gets a red. Treylon Burks. Now, normally I would thought I would give him a yellow, but I'm going to give him a red. But come be honest with you. He's not healthy, plus Hopkins with there, plus they own a running team. I just don't see much upside. Unless Hopkins get hurt or he pop again, allegedly, then he'll catapult back to the number one and he'll be getting sound quality juice, at least. You know what I'm saying? But still won't be getting peppered like crazy. If anything, I think that'll help the tight end over there. So, but I'm going to give him a red, man, because I just wouldn't draft him anywhere, and I recommend you draft a player that has a higher ceiling, vice picking Treylon Burks. You know, not a good beacon of health. All right? Next up is Cortland. So, Burks gets a red, right? So, next up is Cortland Sutton. I'll be honest with you. Cortland Sutton's to me, and I said this before, Cortland Sutton feels like the Debo, Brandon Ayuk thing a couple years ago, where people were picking Ayuk, I don't know, fourth, fifth round, and Debo was going to like the ninth and stuff like that. And then he popped once Ayuk got in the doghouse and the running back started getting hurt. He had that crazy wide receiver 2 overall year behind Cooper Kupp. But that's not the case anymore. But I feel it's just like that. You know, I do believe that the passing game is going to get better in Denver. I truly believe that with my heart. That don't mean I'm going to be picking Russell Wilson because I think he's going to be running around. I just think the offense is going to be better. I do. It can't be no worse, right? So, but I believe Cortland Sutton, man. Cortland Sutton's going to like that 9th round, 10th round. I feel like he's that wide receiver that can truly be had, that started that people just disgusted with. And look, he's like 5 rounds cheaper than Jerry Jeudy, you know? And to me, I just feel as if he can get that. I've never had to do, so I'm not biased towards him, you know what I'm saying, or to be saying that, but I'm just looking at it like opportunity, his size, the offensive philosophy coming into the team. I believe he can be. Cortland Sutton is a yellow, and to be honest with you, I think he's closer to green, but I'm gonna give him a solid yellow, a dark yellow, a bright yellow, like the sun, so you can see it. I really like Cortland Sutton this year. I might have him on one of my 3 teams because I think he can be something. If he does, it'll catapult your team. But, you know, if you do draft him, if you happen to, if you don't see nothing else out there that you like, in which you might, you know, based on how you do your draft, if you're wide receiver early, then you should want to be hitting on running backs afterwards. And after you feel comfortable with a nice stable of running backs, then you can go back to wide receiver and get a person like him. If you're into that, you know, you ain't got to. But I'm just saying, it's an option for me because I would like him to be on my team if it happened. You know, I give him a couple weeks. If he ain't shaking it, I let him go. Next up is Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore, you know, going over there, it's not going to make a difference. I'm going to give Elijah Moore a red. I'm not going to talk about Elijah Moore. I'm not going to spend time on reds. Just like I'm not going to spend time on Juju, Mr. TikTok. He's getting a red as well, and he deserves it. New England don't have a good passing game. They ain't going to have a good passing game for a while, it seems. But Juju's getting a red. Elijah Moore's getting a red. Juju's getting a red. And Mr. Slant Boy Michael Thomas is getting red. I'm throwing red flags around, man, like it's crazy. He's getting a red flag. He's getting a red flag. He's getting a red freaking X. All right? Michael Thomas, you know, the time has come. Just like people are saying, like, what's up? Jimmy Graham. Oh, Jimmy Graham's son. I'm like, Jimmy Graham's old, man. Jimmy Graham's washed. I don't know what that's all about. Then look, man, unfortunately, he got arrested for doing, you know, for being in the street, you know what I'm saying, and just kind of, you know, allegedly been on illegal substance or something along those lines. I'm not sure exactly. That's what I'm saying, alleged. So don't quote me on that exactly. But anybody that thought Jimmy Graham was going to be on the team, they're crazy. You know what I'm saying? I got some freaking Iceland and freaking doggone in the southern part of Africa to sell them. It's just sometimes people just got to use common sense. It was a reason why he wasn't in the league in the first place. But I hope he gets help, and I hope because being in that type of situation in headspace is pretty bad. Next up is Quentin Johnson. Quentin Johnson, to me, what did I get Quentin Johnson? Quentin Johnson gets a grade. He gets a grade. And I'm going to tell you why he gets a grade. Because I feel that Quentin Johnson is he'll get a shot. Plus I believe, remember I made a YouTube short talking about Quentin Johnson and the next person I'll be speaking on, because I feel those are two rookie wide receivers I believe in the most that have the best opportunity because they got glass players in front of them. So if you got an easy route to get to the top and be in the starting lineup in a team offensive philosophy that throws the ball, then you'll be more of a fantasy asset. So I'm going to give him a green. Again, I do think that he'll beat this wide receiver 46. I believe he'll be in there sooner than later. Now, if he don't, and somehow Keenan Allen and Mike Williams stay healthy, then he won't be shaking nothing, because they got tight ends over there, and he just won't be able to get it, But I like him, so I'm gonna give him a green base because he's these two wide receivers here, him and the next one are the ones I'm willing to take a shot on as far as the rookie side go. Next up is Zay Flowers. He gets a green. He gets a green from me. And at the end of the day, I just feel as if Flowers has Odell Beckham, he has Bateman. It's an easy road for him to actually get there. And he's the rave of camp. They say he's the best wide receiver out there. So hey, if Lamar's going to be doing good and they're going to throw, he might be the second option on the team before long. Now, this is one of these things where you might have to wait a little bit. You might wait 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 games. But eventually, how they say talent, the cream rises to the top. The talent comes to the top. Trust me, the talent will show itself. All right. So Zay Flowers gets a green, and Bateman gets a red. Look, at the end of the day, he's just in my eyes, he's just a 9 route guy. Basically a taller Hollywood per se. And he's not. Listen to that. I'm telling you, man. If people aren't healthy, I ain't rocking with them. Too tough, So it's just one of those things. I ain't in the business of being like endorsing people that basically that can't stay on the field. All right. So listen, as a man of my word, I got this episode done, because y'all hit the threshold, hit the mighty threshold. But hey, but I got something planned. For y'all. See, I'm always thinking ahead. But at the end of the day, I hope y'all had a good day, great weekend. I know I did. I'm off tomorrow too, so I'm gonna post up and do some stuff. Far as let's just go ahead and jump to the thing. Far as we got 2 more spots available. Now this is gonna clean this up quick because I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow or the next day, but this right here that's gonna clean up. There's only gonna be 1 more spot left after the day. Hey, I want the people that are in the listener league, I want you to put an emoji, comment, or something. Of course, you guys are gonna like the video, but make sure that you comment, say what's up. You know what I'm saying in the chat, do an emoji or something like that, because I want to reply to you. I got some information to send you, and also, far as go ahead and just put it out there. Just go ahead and put it out there. Who is This is for the Listen to League spot. What wide receiver am I willing to pick up 9th or 10th round or wherever he's going to land at after I'm done, and I feel that he has the upside. He has the upside to truly break out this year and actually be the wide receiver one on this team. Someone that I'm not biased for or biased against. I just believe that the offense that's on their team, and with the situation that's changing, I believe that this wide receiver will outproduce the other wide receiver on his team that's going 5 rounds before. Name that wide receiver, guys, to the people that's already not having a spot in the Listener League. And I'll see you on the next video. Flawless Fantasy Football, where you hear what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Thanks for checking out the video. Peace.